Good morning, my lovely friends. It's Victober day 1. How exciting. It's also still school holidays, so that we have that. Today is my second last day with my children. They head off to their grandparents. I have to take them tomorrow, so hopefully I will get some reading while they're gone. Today I have a friend coming over for a cup of tea this morning, which is very exciting, and then, you know, all of the stuff. But I'm starting Victober off behind because I haven't finished off the books from last month and I need to do it. I've got to finish off The Glad Shout by Alice Robinson. This is on the readings prize list. So I'm reading that with Simon and Julia and Jacqueline, my lovely new friends who I need to talk to every day, otherwise I get sad. It's a problem. It's a problem. So yeah, I've got less than 100 pages of this to go. And I also need to read this. I started reading it and I need to get to the 100-page mark. I'm probably 60 or 70 pages off getting there to check in with my buddy. So I need to make that happen. So these are my priorities for Victober day 1. Nothing to do with my TBR or any of the other gorgeous books that I've got on my little trolley there. There they are. They're all sitting there waiting for me. So I worked out a little bit of a plan and yeah, I'm going to try and make that happen. Although I'm already behind on my plan because of these two books. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I just wanted to check in and say hello. I made some changes to my reading room. I want to show you. Plant yesterday. I had a rough day yesterday, so I went and bought myself a plant, which I just love. And I bought myself another plant. And I found this cute little cross stitch. I need to get a better frame, but for now that works. Oh! And all my feathers have flown out of the thing. They're all on the ground there. Need to pick them up. So that's my little corner, my little washi tape. So I'm just enjoying being here. I turned all this around too. So we're looking that way. There's my kids outside. But I wanted to look out here when I sit down. Isn't that a gorgeous view? There's the old barn. And the sheep were in the paddock there this morning, and it's just a lovely place to sit and look. I didn't like having my back to these books over here, and yeah, I just wanted to look out this way for a change. It's nice, isn't it? So now, oh, I made a little corner with a lamp over there too, and our wedding photo. That's my sewing machine out in front of me to remind me that I love sewing and I should do it more often. We'll get there. I have to go and battle the washing line in this wind. And then yeah, my friend's going to come over and a cup of tea, so I'll check in with you guys again this afternoon when I'm reading. Hopefully after I do all of that, there'll be some time this afternoon. Yeah, that's kind of it. Welcome to Victober. Hooray, we're finally here. The thing we all wait for the whole year. I have a confession to make. I don't think I've told you this before. When I can't be asked cleaning, I watch cleaning videos on YouTube. You know those time-lapse ones where someone whips through their house real fast? And I watch that for 10 minutes and then I clean. I just had to, you know, like do the floors and I didn't want to, so I just like popped on a little clean with me video. You know, those happy mums that are right into cleaning everything and getting decorations. And actually, have I become that? Because I just showed you how I was decorating my reading room. I'm still waiting for my friend. I've done all of the cleaning. The washing's out. I'm gonna read Glad Shout. I've got to finish this today. I'm dragging on this one. Have I told you what it's about? The reason I think that you know about this is because I had a vlog all done, but my son decided that he needed to free up some space on my phone to download a game, and he deleted all of the videos. So that's why I haven't seen a vlog from me in a while. Can you imagine how happy I was about that? Anyway, this is The Glad Shout. It's set in the future, but it's not too futuristic or dystopian or anything like that. It follows two timelines. So a girl and her mother back in the day when this is all about climate change, right? So it follows two timelines. A girl and her mother, Isabel is the main chick in here, and she, it talks a lot about motherhood, and so it's about her relationship with her mother back when the crisis was just starting to happen, this natural disaster. And then the futuristic timeline is when the disaster has just wiped everything out. So you start off with Isabel taking refuge in some stadium where all of these survivors are there for the natural disaster, and it's this crazy hard camp and there's hardly any supplies, and that's her and her husband and her daughter. So you start off there, and now we're kind of working backwards to kind of with the past timeline to kind of have more of an understanding about what happened. But when I say that, I feel like I don't understand what happened at all, and I'm 100 pages from the end. So this is one of those dual timeline books that I think would have been more successful as just a single story. The musings on motherhood are really interesting, but it kind of is a strange place to set a book, because that's the really cool stuff for me. But it's set in this kind of weird scenario. Doesn't make much sense. But it's not bad. I wouldn't DNF it. But I wouldn't say, for me, that it's as successful as it could be. The writing's good. Anyway, I'm going to sit and finish this off, and I'll tell you my final thoughts. Maybe something will turn around in the last 80 pages. You never know. Okay, let's read. Moments when you spend time with someone who you appreciate and love, and then that you walk away from that feeling really fulfilled. Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's a nice feeling. I'm also home alone. That's a really, really nice feeling. Okay, nobody's here to interrupt me. I am hungry. I'll work that out later. Let's go. I just finished the guide shout. The ending didn't do anything to help me with the issues I was having with the book, unfortunately. I mean, it certainly makes you think about climate change and what the end result of all of this will be. It highlights the fact that we are focusing all on the mundane, everyday things and not really seeing the big picture, and that if these people just buried their head in the sand to the point where they had to be rescued. They weren't proactive about the situation, and that was a pretty strong message, which I liked, which made a lot of sense. I just think the execution of it all was poor, unfortunately. Dual timelines didn't work. I wasn't emotionally connected to the characters at all, and something pretty horrible goes down towards the end, and I didn't even get upset or cover my mouth or gasp or anything. I just wasn't connected, and I think that was because of a lack of kind of world building of this new world. And so there were lots of questions raised about just the everyday things that could have been avoided if we just had have gone through the process of setting up where this world was. Not where this world was, but how we got to this stage. And I think because you were jumping from timeline to timeline, you missed out on being given a lot of information that I think that was really essential to help the reader through. So yeah, 3 stars. Shame. So it's not the worst that I've read for the readings prize list, but it's not the best either. So yeah, that's that. I have to go and make dinner now. And then I really need to buckle down and read this. So I need to get to 100 pages. So yeah, I'm going to try and do that tonight. I'm feeling a reading desire coming on, and yeah, I haven't felt that in a few days. So yeah, I'm just going to get to the white mark. and check in with my buddy and just see what the future holds for us in this book, because she has checked in and said that she's not connecting with it. So if I don't connect with it either, then we make that bail decision, Sean. We do. Okay. Dinner time. I'll speak to you when I'm reading again. Hello. It's much later now. It's nearly 9 o'clock. I did the first 100 pages of The Year of the Runaways and checked in with my buddy. There's a lot going on at the start of this book. Lots of names, lots of people flying around, lots of things to keep track of. But I am definitely intrigued. For those of you who don't know, this is about Indian men who are working in the UK and trying to dodge the visa system. And I think they've all come there for their own reasons. And there's some intrigue around a couple of the guys and why they were here. We learn about, I can't even remember his name, Tolchi maybe? I can't remember his name. But how he came to be in England and sort of his backstory and the persecution he faced in his own country, which was devastating. So yeah, it's an interesting start to the book, that's for sure. And I'm definitely compelled to find out what happens to the characters I've been introduced to. So that's always good. I didn't know if I would like it, so I didn't include this in my TBR for the month. So I'm already a book ahead. I'm already at 11 books for my TBR that I was trying to restrict to 10. I've done it to myself again. But I have some days off without the kids coming up, so hopefully I'll get a fair bit of reading done then. So yeah, this is all I'm going to read for the night. You can probably tell it's bedtime, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. We've got a big day tomorrow. Get ready. Night. So I can hear you saying, Charlie, it's really quiet where you are. Oh, that's because I have no kids. And then I hear you asking, but where are you? Well, my friends, remember that book haul I did for 70 books at that amazing bookstore where I found Britta Bowler's book? I'm back. And so I'm going to go in there and stock up. I'm not going to buy 70 books again. The budget does not allow that, but at least I can buy some. A few. A couple. First I need food. I'm starving. So there's a lovely cafe. Go to the bookshop. It's a great start to my kid-free few days. Righto. I'll let you know what I get. I'm okay. My friend had knee surgery today, so I'm just waiting for her to come out of recovery, and I'm going to hang out with her for the afternoon because being in a hospital by yourself is bloody boring. I went book shopping. You saw I went to 2 bookshops and bought lots of classics. It's like the Victober season, I guess. Lots of Anthony Trollope, even though I've never read any, and Dickens. So yeah, I'll show you a book haul when I get home. Yeah, so I'm just going to hang out here. I've got my book bag. I'll show you. So I've got cards, just in case she wants to play cards, and I've got some books and my diary and things, so I might just take this 20 minutes to sit in peace. Apparently I can get a cup of tea over there. I might go and do that too. This is bliss. Put me in a hospital waiting room any day. No kids. That's important. Okay, I'm reading now.
Money, you're never going to get any of this back. We haven't been told exactly what happened, but invariably what happens in ransomware is the security on the computer is not quite right.
Hi, it's the next day. I'm back home now. I thought I'd just show you the books that I bought yesterday because we all love book hauls, right? So I got my own copy of Boy Swallows Universe. I borrowed this out from the library to read. Absolutely loved it. Great Australian book. If you can get your hands on it, do. So yeah, so I've got my own copy of that, and I've got my own copy of Tin Man, which I love. God, this book does things to me even just thinking back on it. So yay, because I read a lot of library books. When I like them, I really wish that I could have them in my collection and share them with other people and things. So, and then I've got 2 books on my want to read list that I want to get to. I borrowed this out from the library and didn't get to it and had to take it back. This is an Aussie author, Chrissy Kneen. She's from Queensland too, where we are, and this has been shortlisted for the Queensland Premier's Literary Awards, which is on now. So this is kind of this dark mystery kind of book. It's been flying around and I've never gotten to it, so I'm glad to have a copy of my own to get to it when I can. Then I've got Storm and Grace, which I've wanted to read for a very long time. It's a kind of a relationship thing, and a girl follows a guy, and it's all about the limits of the body. The kind of synopsis reminds me of Breath by Tim Winton, but that was about a young man finding himself. This is about Storm and Grace, and apparently Storm has secrets that Grace has to uncover. Stuff like that. But yeah, this has been on my radar for a long time, so I'm very glad to have a copy. And then I got The Binding, which I don't know anything about, but Rene Pierre, you must watch his channel. He's a great Aussie booktuber. He's really interesting books. He just read this in his last vlog. He said there was something going down in the middle. It was all very intriguing the way he talked about it, so I found it for $4 and I picked it up, so can't wait to get to that eventually. I got another Agatha. I just want to collect these guys when I can, that's for sure. Every used bookstore I go into, I look for these editions. This isn't this is a HarperCollins. I love the Fontana, but all of these little paperbacks. I'd love to have a wall of Agatha. I don't know why. Her stories bring me, I don't know, comfort in a way. So I got those. And then I got 4 Trollops. I got The Last Chronicle of Barset because I'm starting The Warden this month for Victober and I didn't have this in the set, so picked this up. I have Orley Farm, not too sure. Oh, it's a family, it's a property fraud, old love tampering with her husband's will. Oh, this could be interesting. I love these editions too, these Oxford Work Classics. So I try and pick up anything I can find. This is in great condition too. I got He Knew He Was Right. Don't know anything about this. Lewis Trevelyan. Anyway, they're big books, aren't they? Anyway, and then the Eustace Diamonds because she looks so pretty. That's my Trollope haul. And then the rest of my classics, I got Nicholas Nickleby. This is all Tom Reed's things. This is all his fault. I just watched his favourite Victorian novels and he was all Dickens and I've never read any. So let's start the Dickens collection, shall we, and get it read. I got Miles Franklin. This is perhaps her most famous novel. I'm reading All That Swagger this month, but I didn't have My Brilliant Career. This caused huge scandal in Australia. When was it published? This was published in 1901, and it's about her growing up in the bush or whatever, her childhood. But she must say some stuff in here that made people scared. And so she asked that it not be republished until 10 years after her death. There's a little quote on the back that says, girls, those of you who have hearts and therefore wish for happiness, homes and husbands by and by, never develop a reputation for being clever. So she must say it like it is. And I'm all for that. I can't wait to read this. Then I got Lord Jim, because he's super handsome on the front cover, but apparently he's a coward and does something on a merchant sailing ship, and that taints his social life forever. So, but how could a man that handsome be such a coward? We will see. I got, this really dark, creepy novel, again, because it's in this edition. This is Victoria and her progress from spoilt daughter of indulgent aristocrats to a career of deepening criminality. Never heard of this before, but it looks kind of dark. I got a simple story because of her hat. Totally because of her hat. This is Miss Milner, and she falls in love with her guardian, who's a Catholic priest. So I don't know how that goes, but yeah, never heard of this author. Just liked the cover. Again, one of these editions. And the last one I got was this one, The Enchanted April. This is about, 4 women who rent a medieval castle on a bay on the Italian Riviera. And it says at the bottom that it's a delightful depiction of what it is like to rediscover joy. So any books about women who, break out of the mold and start discovering exactly who they are, I'm all for that. That's totally up my alley. So yeah, I picked this up. I like the cover too. So that's my haul. Oh, restrained but satisfying. So that always works. I'm going to end this vlog here. I have edited the start of it and I'm already at 16 minutes. So nobody needs an hour-long weekly vlog from Natalie in their feeds. So I think my Victober vlogs are not going to be weekly like first planned. Are just going to be when I feel like I have enough satisfying footage to share with you. Denny and I are on a little bit of an adventure for the next couple of days without our kids. So yeah, we decided to do something rather than stay at home and do jobs and actually get a break that we bloody deserve. So I'll take you along with me on that on the next vlog. Okay, I'll see you then. Bye.